everybody, this is Jerry from Unlimited Events Group. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Jerry. But today I'm not having coffee alone. I'm with Mr. Chad Botha from Inspire Rentals. So today we're going to find out more about Inspire Rentals because people have been asking, inspire, but I've made it easy for you. I've brought one of the directors of Inspire Rentals to my Coffee with Jerry episode so he can tell us more about what's going on here. Chad, welcome.
Thanks, Jerry.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. I know you're a busy man, so we're not going to take a lot of your time. We just want to find out why the name Inspire.
Okay, quite interesting. So I had a company called, I've had a few companies in the rental business. I had a company called First Impressions, which I started in 2009, and we had the software, which was called Inspire Hire Software.
Sure.
And in 2013, I'd sort of called it quits with my business partners at the time, and I was looking at either going traveling or starting a pub or something in Croatia or somewhere. And then Alistair, who owned Unlimited Events, who was one of my clients and also become a good friend, suggested I come consult with him for a while, which I did. And then he said, why don't we start another company? And said, yeah, why not go for it? And it was actually his idea.
Oh.
So not my idea. I'd like to take the sort of the blame for that, but it was his idea. And he said, let's call it Inspire Rentals. So before, the software was Inspire Hire, and we called it Inspire Rentals.
Wow.
So I think it was quite a good name because I think, the whole idea is what we do is inspiring.
Yeah.
And we'd like to inspire people. We'd like to inspire events. And and that's where it came from.
And you are inspiring. You are inspiring. I have to say that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, what is the vision here? Because, I had a look around the property. You've got other outlets also, like clearance. You've got, now we're sitting in a lifestyle here, and there's beautiful furniture sitting around here. So what's the vision with Inspire?
Okay, I think let's just start from the beginning. My background is rentals, not furniture. So I think why I want to stress it, because a lot of people come to me, because we've got such a lot of beautiful furniture and such wide ranges, to come design their house or design their thing. And we've got beanbags at our house. So I just want to make it clear, I'm not a designer. My background is rentals. I worked at Avis, and I worked for an international company called Brits Campervan Rental. So that's where it came from. And if I look at, I've still got my business plan, which I started, which I put together probably about 25 years ago. And my vision has pretty much followed that business plan. Some have taken a lot longer than others. So the initial thing was to have a rental company where we rent out furniture for events and functions. And let me just take a step back. I backpacked for 6 years, working all over, did construction, did all types of jobs. And one of the jobs I did is I ran a marquee rental company in Oxford in the UK.
Sure.
And probably one of the jobs I enjoyed the most. I did a lot of the driving. I've got a heavy duty license. And we went to Wimbledon. We went to a lot of the golf tournaments. So I developed a love for the industry, from the events industry at that stage. At that stage, we were doing mainly marquees. So that's where I decided to come back or to get into rentals. And then when I came back from overseas, I started my own tour operating company. We did chauffeur driver, we did golf tours. And then I worked for Avis, and I worked for Brits Africa Campervan Rental. And so that's how I got into the business. So I just want to stress, it wasn't furniture. Then we had a company called Domino Hiring, which again, we did marquees and we did your basic furniture. And I saw a gap in the market for more upmarket rental furniture. The only company at the time that really provided upmarket furniture, or slightly upmarket furniture, was a company called Oasis, which are now GL Events. And I asked them for a quote, and I'll never forget, they were the only company that could quote on 500 bar stools or more. To that level. And I decided from there I was going to go into furniture rental.
Wow. Okay.
And that's where it all started. I also saw a gap between, you have events and you have exhibitions. It's two different markets. The event is a 1 day or maybe 2 day event. Event can be anything. It can be a birthday party, a wedding, a christening, a bar mitzvah. It can be an activation of a corporate product. And where an exhibition is essentially where people with products go to sell their whatever they're selling. And that can be anything from 2 to 5 days. At the moment, we've got Nampo, which is out in the Orange Free State in Bothaville.
Sure.
We've got the Traveling Darbar. We've got many, many different exhibitions. But essentially what we are is we're a furniture rental company.
Okay.
So we supply for totally different markets.
Wow.
Exhibition is one market,
Okay.
and events is another.
Yeah.
Okay, and even the pricing structure is different. And that's how I started the rental business. So going back to my business plan, and I learned this from Avis, where Avis rent vehicles, but what they then do is sell vehicles.
Yeah.
And they've also got a new car division.
Yes.
So part of my business plan or my vision I saw was, let's start not only a rental, but we do long-term rentals.
Okay.
For expats who come overseas or people who want to only rent for 6 months or a short period of time. Then also second-hand sales. So in other words, we would sell our stock once it's used or once we don't require it anymore, or even if people just want to buy it. Also house staging. So people who want to sell houses, it's much easier it's been proven, it's much easier to sell a house that's got furniture in it. It doesn't have furniture.
Yeah.
So, and then the other part was to start a brand new, a sales retail division.
Okay.
So essentially everything's integrated. So first of all, as you develop the company, your buying power becomes stronger and stronger. So by buying more furniture, we had the best buying power out of any of the companies.
Sure.
Because so therefore now why not sell it? The natural sort of progression is also then to sell furniture.
Sure. Okay.
Then, and that was all in my business plan 25, 30 years ago. And then, which wasn't quite in my business plan, but eventually it evolved, was manufacturing. Okay. We started off at First Impressions where we were just manufacturing basic couches. And we were recovering and reupholstering different colors.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. And that, and it's something I wasn't familiar with. I'm not familiar with manufacturing. But anyway, we've developed that, and we've developed into such a sort of, it just became almost a natural progression. What it does do, it gives us a massive and competitive edge. For example, we had an order about 3 months ago where we had 200 of the one single lounges, and a client wanted 400. Now, irrespective of whether we use someone else or ourselves, the biggest challenge is if you go and order 200 couches in 3 weeks' time, in a period of 3 weeks, you're going to struggle to find a supplier who can do it.
Yeah.
So it's not just all about pricing. It's about we now control the manufacturing. We control the whole product line.
Sure.
So we did it. We manufactured 200 lounges, another 200. So we supplied 400. We are very much doubt any other supplier could have done it within that period of time.
Yeah.
So I think that was a major added benefit. And obviously now we're manufacturing. We now have Inspire Lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'd say 90% of all the lounges in the shop are manufactured here on site.
Wow.
Right here in this building. We obviously have quite a fairly large import element.
Okay.
Some of it we import ourselves, some of it we use local importers. But again, we have the buying power, and that's what it's all about.
Sure.
So essentially, what are we? Are we a furniture supplier? Are we a retailer? Are we a rental company? In my eyes, we are a service provider that manage logistics. Because why do I say logistics? Because that's what we do. We're continuously moving furniture from place to place, back and forth.
Yeah.
Obviously with the sales element and now with the manufacturing element.
Sure.
I'm pleased to say we've seen a nice steady growth.
Okay, good.
On all sides, rentals and also sales has grown nicely. We probably, I'd say we can be when I say the most competitive, I'd be, I wouldn't actually want to say that, but because we manufacture all our leather furniture on site and we buy direct from the tannery.
Okay.
So we don't go to second or third middlemen to buy the leather from. We are buying directly from the tannery.
Wow.
So that gives us a massive competitive edge. So we can easily compete with all the big companies out there.
Sure.
And we do a very good quality product. We're continuously improving. So it's great. And it is growing. We don't just do leather, by the way. We obviously do fabric.
Yeah.
But we can be very competitive. And then if I can just add something interesting, which I love about our business, there's always an add-on. There's always potential.
Yeah.
Because everyone, and when I say everyone, 99% of everyone's going to buy furniture or they're going to rent furniture for a function.
Oh, yes.
And that's what I love. So every time I go networking, people think I'm crazy. I always ask what they do. I ask what the school they went to. So, and we also pick up suppliers that way. So it's so important to network because you also, it's not just about selling, but it's also picking up suppliers, which are the most important thing in your chain. And then inevitably, it's not about the money, but I like growth and I like excitement. For me, it's about the challenge. So, for instance, we bought over a leather company after COVID, a leather manufacturing, couch leather manufacturing.
Okay.
That's why we manufacture the leather now.
Yeah, okay.
And Raul, whose company had it now, works with us and he heads the department. But I walked there one day and I saw a whole bunch of leather just lying around. I said, but that's such a waste. What are you selling it for? Oh, we sell it for 10 Rand a kg. I said, but surely there's a lot of other things we can use.
Yeah.
So I said, what about us making leather bags? So we started making leather bags, and that's how we now turned it into a proper business. We don't just do recycled, or when I say leftovers of offcuts of the leather, we also use brand new leather. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember, when the Irish came out and they played the Springboks at Loftus. We supplied 6,500 toilet bags.
Sure.
So that was just out of this business. And now what we're doing, our leather bags are growing. We're getting more and more orders. So it's just a natural progression. Yeah. Then we also bought a flooring business, a company called Connective Floor. Okay. Mainly for events. We can do flooring, but I've decided not to go into that on the housing side, residential. So we now also do dance floors and flooring for activation. Again, all in the events business. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of the clients that use us for furniture are going to use us for flooring.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then, again, chatting to one of our clients, we were delivering one day, and I was very intrigued to furniture for a show, what they did. So they did all printing supplies and sold printers, and they had this product called War Pen. Okay. Which I'm sure you'll see just now. So all these paintings are done by War Pen. Wow. War Pen is a printer that you put on rails. Okay. And you can use it to print on your walls in your house. So instead of wallpaper, it can print directly on your walls. On the walls, yeah. On the walls. It can go up to 3.7 meters high, and it can go up as long as you want, and go 10, 15, 20 kilometers across. Sure. And again, it's not a bad business. It hasn't been as successful as I'd hoped it was going to be, but it's still one of those things what we do now is we print on board, foam board. Okay. And as you can see, all these paintings here in the thing are printed by War Pen. Sure. But what makes War Pen so unique is the software. It's a German, you can get Chinese, but this is a German War Pen. Okay. So you can use your normal basic phone, take a photo of a function or body or whatever you want, and you then bring it to us and we can put it onto War Pen. And it's not expensive. Okay. So it's all about the software. So the software can enhance it. I'm sure you're going to take some photos of some incredible pictures.
Absolutely, we're going to, yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually very reasonably priced. It's probably about half price what you'd pay for a normal painting. Sure. Okay. I do understand. I'm not trying to take any artists' revenue away, but it is a solution to putting good value art up in your house or wherever you want. Yeah, true. And I use a lot. I put a lot up in my house. We travel a lot, and it really is an amazing the quality that can come through. Good. So I think that pretty much sums up our business. Yeah, I just have to add though, a lot of people want to go into events. Events is a very different business to a production line. It's not a production line. And that's what people don't always get. It's probably similar to advertising and marketing agencies where you've got deadlines. The difference is if you sell someone a couch or table or whatever you're selling, it's not the end of the world if they get it 2 or 3 days late. Sure. Okay. Sometimes there are delays. The difference with an event, once that event happens, there's no going back. It's too late. You can't say we'll deliver it 2 or 3 days. So there's a lot of pressure in the events industry. Okay. I think this is where we do very well. We really geared to do last minute. Okay. Yeah. During peak season, we open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Sure. And we do get a lot of last minute events. So we own our own fleet. What should I say? We lease our own fleet. Okay. So we've got 35 vehicles. We've got trailers. Sure. So which really gives us a competitive edge. But I think what's the biggest challenge for us in the events industry is continuous change of trends. And to keep up with it. And also, it's quite interesting. We supplied furniture for the Live Golf, for most of the Live Golf recently. And one of our clients said, oh, Chad, they didn't approach us initially because they thought we only supply upmarket furniture. Oh, okay. Whereas we've also got other clients saying, oh, Inspire do not do upmarket furniture. Yeah. They only do the middle of the range. Yeah. It's such a misconception. We do everything. We do right from the bottom, I wouldn't say the lowest range, but right from your beer benches, right up to your 50, 60,000 rand a lounge couch, a rand a couch. So it's a big misconception. I like to look at us as the macro Woolworths Pick and Pay to the rental industry.
Okay.
Whereas we've also got other clients saying, oh, don't Inspire, do not do upmarket furniture.
Yeah.
They only do the middle of the range.
Yeah.
It's such a misconception. We do everything. We do right from the bottom, I wouldn't say the lowest range, but right from your beer benches, right up to your 50, 60,000 rand a lounge couch, a rand a couch. So it's a big misconception. I like to look at us as the macro Woolworths Pick and Pay to the rental industry. So we supply and we adapt. What's also nice is that we're not going to do it all the time, but if you come to an event and you give us sufficient time and you want specific styles, we'll manufacture by that style.
Sure. Okay.
So people mustn't just take a look as, oh, that's all that Inspire has. This is how I built the company. We did our first job in 2000. Sorry, I started Inspire, going back now, the end of 2013. We had blow-up couches, but very upmarket blow-up couches.
I remember those couches.
Yeah, and I used to drive that around with my Audi.
Yeah.
And that's what, it wasn't Inspire yet. And then Alistair came and approached me and said, would we like to do it? And I remember our first big job, we manufactured 60 square tables with LED lights on it. We manufactured it ourselves. And that's where I think also it's quite frustrating because we probably, I'd say we can manufacture things a lot quicker than 90% of the other companies out there. We are adaptable, but I'm not saying every time you come here, I'm going to make it for you. I've got to be very careful. And I think, I mean, we not about being arrogant, but we're bigger than the rest of the industry put together, the furniture industry, the furniture rental. But I'm not saying we're better, but I think for a company our size, we're probably also one of the most flexible.
Okay.
Although I know clients often phone up and they'll say, oh, can I pay later or can I do this? But people also should understand that any company has your procedures and your processes. And when you have 380 staff, you have to have processes and procedures in place. It's not because we're trying to be difficult, but we're trying to protect our interest, our assets, but at the same time to give the service to the client.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's a fine line, you know, where you go and how you do it. One thing I do want to say to everyone out there, which really frustrates me a lot, we all get bad service and we all get good service. And I am going off the subject a bit at the moment. People make mistakes. Human beings make mistakes. It's not necessary then to go and say, well, that company. It could be a person in that company. But also be reasonable. I go out to eat a lot. And if a waiter makes a mistake, I don't say I'm never going to go there again.
No.
I go and say, listen, please, can you do this? Or can we rectify it? But also one thing, it's client's approach. And I've got approach. If you approach me aggressively, I'm going to come back at you aggressively. There's a way of also, and I am bringing this up because this is really to my heart. If you ask us nicely and we talk nicely about things and we deal with things in a professional manner, we will bend over backwards for you.
Absolutely.
And I think I want to make that, and why I bring that up specifically, again, I've been in the rental industry since overseas, over the 6 years. I worked 2 years in the rental industry. I've worked at Avis on a very high level. I've worked at Brits in Australia. It's an Australian company for 3 months. And the rental industry is not an easy industry.
No, it's not.
So don't just look at us. We're not just, so I said earlier on, logistics. We rental and we logistics. So there's not just the design element. There's a rental element to everything. And it's not easy. How often do you go, and what amazes me about people, they will rent something and it gets damaged, but they expect not to pay for it. But when you rent a car, if you damage it, unless you got insurance, you got to pay. So this December and November was probably one of our worst years with water damage. I had to fight with clients saying, oh, but you said it was outdoor. Outdoor doesn't mean it's waterproof. Outdoor means it's outdoor furniture. And also, so it's quite interesting. I would say, people, if you're going to rent something, get all your facts right. Find out what's. I'm going to go. It makes me think back to people, and they say, "What's the best 4x4?" A rental car. Because people don't look after rental cars.
No, they don't.
And it's actually quite, I find it shocking. If I borrow something, and again, I am going off track, but if I borrow something from someone or rent, I will look after it better than my own. So it's quite incredible. People talk about values. If you rent something, make sure you look after it.
Absolutely.
It's a fairly simple, philosophy. But anyway, I think that's about it. And I hope you're going to have a look around.
No, absolutely.
And see our operation. And I also want to say, we've got some incredible staff working for us, very dedicated people. Many people have been with me for like 16 to 18 years. And it is an exciting industry, and I would recommend it, but as long as you're willing to take stress. But you also learn a lot. But that about sums it up. Jerry,
And thank you so much. And I wanted to ask you, how's the Cape Town branch doing?
Cape Town's doing very, very well. So it's actually, the growth in Cape Town is higher than Joburg.
Oh, wow.
Joburg, a lot more people are moving to Cape Town.
Okay.
A lot of international companies prefer to have events in Cape Town.
Okay.
But they've also only got limited capacity. So our Joburg, I'd say Cape Town's about 40% of our revenue.
Sure.
But it has grown more than Joburg. But we've also seen a nice steady growth in Joburg.
Yeah, that's great.
Joburg will always be your capital. Doesn't matter what happens. It's a commercial hub. Yeah. But and we've looked at other places. We're currently doing some work, sales in Namibia.
Okay.
Tanzania.
Okay.
So we're all looking at Africa.
Nice.
We did start something on the garden route. The problem with the garden route, it's you've got to have you've got to be owner operated, in my opinion. There.
Okay.
So for the garden route to be successful, I need to move down there.
Is it the same for Durban? Sorry, is it the same?
Durban, the pricing is a problem in Durban.
Okay.
I had a branch when our first company called Regal Rentals. We had a branch in Durban.
Okay.
And Durban was probably then about 70% of Cape Town.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have a branch our flooring branch in Durban.
Okay.
Called Connector Floor. We have debated or played with the thing of opening in Durban again, but they're very price conscious, and I don't believe we're going to be able to change that. Okay. But we do 3 to 5 million rands worth of business in Durban already.
Wow,
a year. Good. We do the Traveling Darbo, we do Durban July, and we do quite a few functions there.
Okay, great.
But at the moment, I can't see us going to Durban. We'd rather transport the stuff down there.
No, good. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks, Jerry.
So, Chad, what are you offering me?
Jerry, you're asking a lot here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to offer all subscribers to Coffee with Jerry a 10% discount, valid until the 31st of August 26 on any of our furniture or beds at our retail shop.
Can you polish the deal a little bit better? Can you make it a little bit sweeter? Come on. You know, I'm sure you can give me a better deal.
You drive a hard bargain, but I'll just add a bit of a condition.
Okay.
We will give any of your subscribers a 15% discount on any of our beds or any of our furniture in our retail shop.
Okay.
On condition, if they come into the shop, they've got to say Coffee with Jerry, 23rd of July, 1966.
Awesome.
Which is my birthday.
Awesome.
If they say that, they will get the discount.
I like that.
15%.
Great. I like that. I think that is a nice deal.
That's great.
But if people have to come to Inspire, do you have address, direction? Must they just punch in?
The best is to go to the Inspire website.
Okay.
We're on Louis Botha Avenue, corner of Louis Botha and Arkwright, which becomes Grayston. But if you go to our website, inspirefurniture.co.za, you can get all our locations.
Okay. Now, here's the twist. Remember, you have to subscribe with Unlimited Events Group, all social platforms. You have to go there, subscribe there on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok also. Please do that and quote, okay? Please. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers, thanks.
Yeah.
Cool.
How was that?